Hey ladies, this is our Thursday training topic, and we're going to talk about no response does not mean no. And I really wanted to bring this out on you ladies since we've been doing the booking baseball game. And really I've heard a lot of you saying, oh, I'm waiting on people to call back. I need to call them. I asked them, they didn't get back to me. I need to call them again. And it really made me notice that some of the ladies, especially those who are playing the booking baseball, are really doing a great job to repeatedly reach back to those people and those contacts and understanding. So I want to make sure that all of us understood just how important it is to make those extra contacts. If you pick up the phone and you leave a message for somebody and they don't call you back, that does not mean no, they're not interested. It simply means, one, they may not have gotten it. Two, the contact or the communication with you is much more important to you than it is for them. They may want to have a special, but they may be busy. You have the ready, set, sell to earn in July, and you have a paycheck to earn, so it is more important for you to get a hold of them. So it may just fall back to the back of their mind. It's not that they don't want to talk to you, but they do get busy. We get busy, all of us, sometimes. So it's really important that you follow up with people all the time and keep a list. I have a whole stack of papers back here behind me that I go through every single week to see when I should call them again, when I called them last. I do write down there every time I called them. So if you call somebody and you leave them a voicemail and they don't get back to you, you can wait 3 to 4 days. Don't just stalk them the next day. But a couple days, maybe the next week, and say, hey, give them a text message and say, hey, did you get the voicemail that I left you? Just wanted to make sure that you knew about the special, or whatever you said on the voicemail. But just send them a text message. If you sent them a text and they didn't reply, give them a call. Let them, most times it'll go to voicemail. You'll let them a message, and they'll text you back the answer to whatever you left on the voicemail. So just because people don't reply, it's not a no. Do not let those leads get away. Do follow up with them. And statistically, it takes 6 to 7 contacts for someone to call you back. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking that's a lot. You don't have time for that. You don't want to do that. When you create a running list of people that you need to contact, it will be so much easier because you can always go back to that list. I don't have a list. I have a packet of papers right here. This one is Call for Fall Catalog, and the rest are just the same papers I use for open party cards. And I just pull that out once a week, and I go through them all and see who I need to contact. I also have highlighted in my calendar my hostesses that I need to contact. So I'll make that contact, and then if she doesn't answer, I'll highlight it so I know to go back through it at the end of the week and go over those again. Even my hostesses, sometime at this year, I was just thinking this today, like I am so exhausted, and that's another thing why I wanted to come to you ladies and remind you to keep pushing on. I am so exhausted from making these phone calls. Like seriously, people are having parties next week, and I can't get to them. I don't know if they followed up with their guests. I've told them to, they said they would, but then I can't get a hold of them. My July parties I can't get a hold of to get their invitations out. So ladies, it's not just you. If everybody is busy this time of year, and it's not that people are being rude. Sometimes we take it personal when we don't get people to call back. Sometimes we give up, and it's just because this is a really busy time. So I was very successful. I've always been very successful because I follow up with people all of the time. I'm constantly following up with them. I'm constantly talking to my hostesses. Even if they don't get back to me, I'll try to communicate with them in a different way. Send them a Facebook message, whatever, mix it up a little bit, however, until they get back to you. But it's just so important that you realize that no response is not a no, okay? So I saw somebody post this on the Owls Creek Gals months ago, maybe even a year ago, and I was like, oh, and I just had to respond because she said, oh, I just make those calls and looking for bookings or those pink bag calls, and I hope I get an answering machine so I can just leave a message. I don't have to talk to a person and just hang up and check it off my list. And I was like, that is horrible. That is not a contact. That is not okay. If you are looking for bookings, you honestly want to fill your calendar, you need to keep making those contacts, no matter how exhausting it is. If you want to have good parties, you need to have this communication with your hostess, no matter how exhausting it is. She is seeing your text messages. even though she's not replying. So she does know what's going on. Okay, that's your 5 minutes from me this week. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I'd love to chat more with you about this topic, or any of them.